We're going on a Heck of Hands adventure for you today. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more. I know we didn't have an actual segment together for today because half of my stuff is being translated, and I've not had time to get people over to my house to play, but I wanted to play some Heck of Hands for you guys and just kind of have some fun with this deck. So we actually played against a Buster Blader pile with Labyrinth cards. Start things off, and unfortunately, it's pretty much Brick City over here. I mean, this deck is full of very good cards, as you can see looking at the list. It's just, unfortunately, oops, no gas. So we're going to go ahead and fire the special summon here. We'll go ahead and get the Excavate 3 off of the opponent's deck. We find the Haha Chaos Hunter, which made me chuckle really hard, which we're just going to go ahead and contact Fuse, get our search, go ahead and feed off our desires, get the set here, which is absolutely fantastic. You see, we're just going to go ahead and toggle in. That way we can special summon down the big guy here. We're going to go ahead and desires at this point to draw some cards, and we'll just go ahead and bonk on in for some life point damage. There's no reason to get greedy at this stage when you're pretty much as good as you need to. So we're going to bring back the Chaos Hunter here. We get a free passive turn on over to our field. We'll go ahead, get our free search here, and we just get to go battle phase and clear the game. Honestly, pretty much what you expected out of this matchup. So this one is against Exodia, and this is such a haha funny matchup. So we go ahead and discard here. I'm like, all right, cool, we're good. And then he has the Onk, and I internally screamed. Down comes the Exodia here, and you're going to see the pass. They're going to go ahead and set the trap. I know they have one. I don't know they have two of the board clear, which is insane. So you're going to go ahead and see, we're going to go ahead and toggle this. We're going to go ahead and jack a piece. Pretty good. We'll go ahead and make this. They're going to go ahead and attempt to, I don't know what they were planning to do there. They burned their piece, which is pretty good. And we'll go ahead and set and pass. The logic there was pretty good. And then I'm like, well, if they have a monster, we die. They go ahead and shuffle back their Exodia piece. They normal summon this and some reason fuse into this, punting the game. I don't know why, but, we're here for haha funnies. So they're about to get punished really bad. So here comes the toggle on in to the good cards. They discard that. We go ahead and special this. They're going to go ahead and negate that. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. We're just going to let the 2800 sit there. They're just going to continue to put counters on. I don't know why they punted the game. I think they thought differently of what options they had. So we're going to go ahead and do a fusion summon here. We're going to go ahead and make the big guy. They're going to go ahead and negate or attempt to. We'll go ahead and punt that off. And we get an Exodia, which is the funniest thing I've ever seen. I can't believe that we got that free stupid value off of that. Like, actually hilarious to be seeing. Now this was yummy discard. I'm like, okay, sure, that's fine. Allure of Darkness, go ahead, draw some turbo cards here. You go ahead, see, we get into the good one. Go ahead, get ashed. Figured they had the ash because the amount of time they were taking to respond. We'll go ahead and hand them this. We go ahead and attempt a special here, which, we're not taking that rose. They do get the draw here, and they'll get another draw. The point is, we were just trying to get to good cards. So, as you can see, we got both counter traps. They're going to go ahead and slam down Field Spell, which is fine. They're going to go ahead and Excavate 3 here. I don't know why they grab, I guess they had to grab the Luminous Gates. We're going to go ahead and negate, take the linkage, and they're forced to end on a really bad position because they can't do what they want to do. So we're going to go ahead and get the ad here, and we'll go ahead and blast that. I'm not in the mood to get stopped. All right, we're going to go ahead and force off that. Go ahead and get another counter trap card. We'll go ahead and send this, get the special summon of this, go ahead and Excavate 3 from the opponent, and we found a Ray, which is really good. We're going to go ahead and summon the Apprentice. They have to actually deal with this, which, you do what you got to do, man. You don't want to die. They'll take 400. We'll go ahead and make SP. We're going to rip that Field Spell off. They're going to go ahead and Luminous Gate here, which they're already done out of the game at this point. There's nothing they can do. We get our Apprentice back. Nice linkage top deck. They're going to go ahead and try to do that, and we're going to go ahead and blast it out of the water. And mission accomplished. We won the game. It's exactly what we wanted to be seeing. Now, this game is brutal. They opened up the Obedience Schooled, which anytime your opponent opens up Obedience Schooled, you just get blown out of the water so very badly here. So we are going to go ahead and special summon this. I was like, whatever, we can get a body on the field. Not too worried about it. You see all the toggling happening here. I knew I was pretty much kaput at this point, because they're just going to go ahead and blow up. This matchup, when they open up nuts, and we opened up pretty suboptimally, there's not really much you can do. You see the Imperm there. They also have the Ghost Spell in the hand. They already have the Yummy Spell card. We're donezo. So go ahead and see the Synchro coming up. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, Let's be bad. Let's toggle effect. They're going to go ahead and special summon up these. We're going to go ahead and special summon the Bell, which is really cool. Go ahead and special summon up the things they're going to attempt to banish. We're going to go ahead and do the Heck of Hands fusion spell. They're going to go ahead and do the bounce. And they're going to go ahead and insert the coin to do the Synchro, which just nullifies our whole spell card. And we're done. We are hitting that concede button because there's no reason to keep playing there. This one was pretty funny. This is against... Tier Cash. I didn't expect to see a Tier Cash player playing here, but activate Fenrir Special, go ahead and recruit for Tier Cash. Pretty standard stuff. Go ahead and spell card chain. Hey, look, they milled the good trap card. The fact that they have this down, Paradise, is pretty freaking annoying, but that's okay. All right, we'll go ahead and Pot of Prosperity filter for 3. I was like, hey, hey, look, we found Rivalry. That's pretty good. All right, go ahead and Apprentice down here. They're going to go ahead and Scream. They're going to Paradise. We're going to go ahead and Ash that. They're going to Chain Droplet. Can't believe this, man. They get the mills here. You go ahead and see the chain, which is pretty interesting. And then we go ahead and extend down. We'll go ahead and use this. They're going to chain Tier Cash. All right, go ahead and banish, extend down here. So this is all of this just to look at the opponent's deck, man, and try to find a monster. Hey, look, a Lurie and a Tier Cash. It's pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and Tier Cash, go ahead and mill some cards. We're going to go ahead and make the big guy here. We're going to go ahead and get a counter trap card, and we're just going to go ahead and bonk. It can't really do anything, which is fundamentally fine. They drew the good card here. You see the Engraver tucking back. We're going to go ahead and flip Rivalry, lock them under Psychic, which is pretty good. You see the Fenrir come to try to do something, which gets blown up. And guess what? They can't be destroyed by Battle card effects. So unfortunately, they're done. We'll go ahead and get our free ad here. The opponent literally knows that they're conceding. There's nothing that they can do. And then this last one was actually against Novelez. This is actually a pretty hard matchup, all things considered with what you're working with here. So you do see the special summon down here. They'll go ahead and get the Excavates here to go ahead and find a good card. They do have the recipe book in motion. We'll go ahead and jack their monster. I was like, that's pretty cool. And then they just kind of passively end their turn here. We do go ahead and make the big guy here. Big guy goes ahead and toggles up into a good card. We're going to go ahead and deploy that. And then to the monster, you do see that we're going to go ahead, excavate 3, and we whiff. Sad, sad day. We'll go ahead and Hack a Hands that off. We'll go ahead and get our trap card here. We'll go ahead and extend down just to get the good card. We'll go ahead and excavate 3 here. You see Mulch Army, Heka, and Rivalry. I was like, ooh, Rivalry's pretty good. Battle phase, this is where the toggle happens. I was trying to get greedy and see if they had anything else. They do get out the monster, which is going to be a little bit of an inconvenience. You see the stack up of the effects here, which is pretty good. They get the Pendulum monster here. They have the Call by the Grave, which is actually going to stop us from 2 turns of getting this monster on the field, which actually turns off our spell card, which is really, really strong. You see the Pendulum coming down here. Pendulum going ahead and getting up Field Spell here. You see Call by the Grave, still cannot do that. Field Spell comes into motion here. See the Thrust now being live to set the Harpy's Feather Duster. Battle phase will take 850, and then a pass turn, Field Spell tucking back, drawing 2. Getting that Call by the Grave back into rotation is so stupid. And then we're going to go ahead and Heck a Hands here, and go ahead. Hey, look, we get the special now. Up comes the interaction with this. We're going to go ahead and attempt to excavate 3. We find a Droll Lockbird that we can summon, which is really, really good. You do see the toggling here of the cards. You do see we get the nice Pendulum here. We get to make the big guy here. All right. You do see we get Impermed, which is really, really disappointing. I was hoping for a little bit more there. Up comes the SP. We're going to go ahead and banish that. They're going to go ahead and have to force the special recipe, which takes it out. We'll go ahead and do our fusion summon here by banishing 3. We're going to go ahead and get an Excavate 2. We actually found the Neptibus. Was that or the Corsair, which, I mean, was necessarily whatever. We get Feather Duster here. We're going to go ahead and chain. We're going to go ahead and take this Nightmare Fiend Phoenix, which is pretty good. And then our opponent's going to go ahead and start to break apart our board here, which is a super, super sad day here. You see, go ahead and we'll get burned for 850. Down comes the monster. All right, they'll go ahead and continue on. I'll go ahead and contact now, literally ripping our whole board apart. There is not much we can do now. They also have the recipe loaded up, and they're going to go ahead, get the scale back. This is very rough. We get the normal here to search, which is crazy. They go ahead and make Dynamondo, go ahead and wipe that out. And then we just, there's no hope of coming back from this, man. Like, so rough. And they get the toggle back here, so good. And we drew, they go ahead and toggle back out, which is crazy. They get another search here off of the excavate, and I'm gonna call it quits here because we can't beat that. And I'm gonna pass on over to that deck. I tested out a couple of variants, Dual Evolutions, El Exodios, the YGO Replays channel. This was the one I liked the most because I liked the heavy version of these that we're playing. I also like the Floodgate inclusion in here. I think all of the maximization of these are good. You also have the apprentice numbers looking good. I did choose to play Mulch Armies in the main deck, which I thought was a good call for what you want. The allures are also pretty optional, but they do offset some of the more dead draws that you could be having. The Floodgates were also good. I did like the amount of counter trap cards here. And I think the extra deck is pretty streamlined for what you want. Obviously, you can adjust on Typhoons for more rank 7 options. But, you know, when I bring this to tabletop, probably next week or so, this will give me a little bit of an idea of where to start. But you know what? It's early testing, and that's what we want to see. But this deck was a lot of fun today. So please, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I will see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.